Hi, so first of all, this is my first real time video in my YouTube channel, which happened by a coincidence. So, Books of October is basically the books that I read in October. One is still ongoing, but it still counts because that book was introduced to me in October. So, this is actually, I didn't used to be a very avid reader, but I was also always a person who wanted to be a reader, who wanted to be that person but didn't have the patience for it. But now I'm slowly growing, so I want to count this as a step ahead. So that's why I'm making this video. So these books that you saw in my thumbnail are the ones that I read. One is still ongoing, but those are the ones that I read in October. So the first one was basically Granthashala. Granthashala. Actually, one would say that you shouldn't buy a book because of its cover, or you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But Granthashala was a book that I actually bought because of its cover. I opened the book and I saw that it is actually an account of all the writers that we know now about their childhood libraries and how they were introduced to the world of books. And it was personal and it was very relatable, and it was incredible to know that they had the connection that they had with these books and how it started. So it is a wonderful thing to read. So that's why I chose that book, and it was a quick read, and that's how I started my October. And then I moved on to Find Me by Andre Ackman. It is actually a sequel to Call Me By Your Name by Andre Ackman, as you might have seen the movie, most of you. So, Call Me By Your Name is the first book, and this is the sequel. So, you have to read the first one in order to know this one, but still, it is a very good read with all the characters that you will grow fond of once you finish the book. One was Katheduthu by K.R. Meera, which is again an account of her life. And I honestly I haven't read Arachar of K.R. Meera yet. I will, but I haven't yet. Neither have I read any of the books that she has written so far. So Kathayat is actually the book. It is the latest book actually, prior to Khadagan or Khabar, but it is written in 2018 or 19, I guess. So Kathayat is basically, I have tried her short stories before when I was much younger, but that didn't work out at that point of time. You have to have this connection with books, that you have to have the need to keep reading. Only then can I read. Personally, only then can I read. I cannot read a book because I have to read it. I can only read because I want to. So all these years I didn't have that quality, so that's why the delay. And now this organic flow that is happening with me and the books, that is why this video happened, because I wanted to share that experience of growing with these books. So Katheduthu is actually an account of how her childhood was shaped and everything, with all the events she participated, her meetups with all the writers of the time. I think after reading Katheduthu, even Home and the World by Amartya Sen, it is the book that I am still to complete. It is a book that I was introduced to in October, but I have still not completed it. So that book, and even a book that I read months before by Devaki Jain, Brass Notebook. All these books, the similarity in all these books was that these writers in their childhood, they have explained their childhood in these books. So the people that they met in their childhood, the role these people had to play, and the experiences that a child has, and the mindset that broadens when a child meets these eminent personalities. That is actually beautiful. A child should actually have access to speak her mind, and once you identify a particular skill set or any kind of skill of a child, you should get that child to open up to those people who are able in that particular field. That will take that child to their level. That's what I understood from these books, be it Amartya Sen in Shantiniketan, or Devaki Jain in her childhood, or K.R. Meera in her connections with all the writers, all the Malayalam writers in her childhood. So these things introduces a child to a potential that the child is yet unaware of. So that is what Kathayartha did to me. It is also a short read. I finished it very quickly because that is a one read at a go. It's a one go read. So that was a beautiful thing. Then there is Deep Work by Cal Newport. So a very wonderful friend of mine, Manthan George, he introduced that book to me. So Deep Work actually it questioned my thinking and it turned my thinking around. So I actually wanted to talk about deep work after implementing the values that I imbibed from the book for a while and then talk about it. That's why I waited. I didn't even post a review anywhere because Deep Work is a book that you should carry with you. Deep Work actually reminds you that if you actually invest in a particular amount of thing without any distraction, you'll be surprised at how much you can derive out of it with the skills that you have. So, in today's world, with all the immediate distractions that we are so accustomed to, we are actually ignorant of our true potential. That's what the book says, or that's what Cal Newport tried to say, because it has experiences or it has examples of well known writers. J.K. Rowling, for example, by the time she had to write the last book of Harry Potter, the pressure was so much that she couldn't write it in her house. So there is a concept called grand gesture that Carl Newport has given name to, because by the time that she had to write this last book, she actually went to Edinburgh and she booked a hotel wherein she can see the Edinburgh Castle, and she was sitting in that hotel and she wrote for a day, and that day she could write peacefully. So she had to pay for this hotel, which was naturally expensive, but her writing was so peaceful and so continuous. So this Edinburgh Castle is actually, for a fact, that the inspiration for Hogwarts Castle was Edinburgh Castle. So she actually did this for one day, and she came back the other day, she came back the next day, and this went on until she completed the book, the entire book of Deathly Hallows, in that particular hotel. So this concept is called grand gesture. So this is not something that everybody can afford to do. So there are many more examples. This is just one such example that is coming to the top of my mind right now. But this tells us something, that we are actually ignorant of the amount of things or the deep level of things that we are able to do, because we are so easily distracted by everything else that is going around us. We don't give that time to ourselves, is what I understood from that book. So ever since then I have been trying to give myself more time to do the things that I actually like, and I have been surprised, and I want to keep doing that. And that is why I think implementing that at that point helped me finish the next 2 to 3 books in this month, I think, because the more you read or the more you try to dedicate yourself to the things that you like to do, the more faster you tend to do it. In reading books, and this particular example, this is not a universal case, I'm just putting my case. Siddhartha is one such book. Siddhartha was actually suggested to us by our teacher. So he actually suggested this book, and it's an inner search to find ourselves. It's a very short read, but it is in this wide world where there are so many things happening. It is to look inside ourselves and to find out what we are truly made of, and find out what peace is, and find out what we are capable of. It's an inward search of what makes us truly happy. Siddhartha is one such book. It's actually to not follow anybody else's example and instead create an example by yourself. That's what I got out of it. It's not the direct principle in the book, but that's what I take out of the book. The books have that thing, because you can take so much emotion out of a book that whenever you think of that book or any event that is remotely related to the book, the entire emotions just flows into you. That's the beauty of reading a book I have so far experienced. Another book I read was Kazhinja Kalam by K.P. Keshav Menon. Again, it was that book actually surprised me, because it was not a book that I thought I would like, or it was not a book that I thought I'll continue, I'll read at that particular pace, because it's a book which is in the time period of around 1920s to say the 1960s. So it has world wars involved, it has the formation of Kerala involved, independence struggle, the political struggles, all the events that circulated around that time. And it is not something that I am normally interested in, or not something I would normally read or keep reading, so to say. But the way that he has written it in his simplistic narrative style, I actually remember the things that I read. That's the beauty of it. If I was studying it for a history class, I wouldn't remember half of them. But now that he has written it in his simple narrative style, I actually remember those events. So it's very nice to retain such information and know about those things from a first-hand knowledge, right? So it's very interesting. The letters that he wrote to Gandhi and the letters Gandhi returned to him, the Vaikam Satyagraham, the Guruvayur Samaram, and everything. So it's an interesting tale of events, beautifully written. Then the other book is Home in the World by Amartya Sen, where Amartya Sen has written his first 30 years of his life. So that's the book I'm still reading. So it is not done yet, so I cannot give, these are not reviews, so to say, but these are my experiences that I had when I came across these books. And it's a very amateur kind of reply to each of those books, but it's what I felt, what I associate with each of these books. So it's important to me. So, and this growth is important to me, from being from 0 books in particular month to these many books. It's not the number, but it's the emotion that I attach with these books and the growth that I am proud of achieving. So that's what this video is about. And soon there will be more videos about writing, about books, about photography and everything. So let's see. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള മെയിൻ റീസൺ എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ, ഞാൻ ബുക്സ് വായിക്കാറുണ്ടായിരുന്ന ഒരാളായിരുന്നില്ല, പക്ഷെ വായിക്കണം എന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്ന ഒരാളായിരുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ ഒരു ഗ്രോത്ത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്നെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം വളരെയധികം പ്രാധാന്യം ചേർന്നൊരു ഗ്രോത്താണ്. അത് അഡ്രസ്സ് ചെയ്യുക, അത് റെക്കോർഡ് ചെയ്യുക, അഡ്മയർ ചെയ്യുക എന്നുള്ളത് മുന്നോട്ടുള്ള യാത്രയ്ക്ക് എളുപ്പമാണെന്നുള്ളത് കൊണ്ടും, പിന്നെ ബുക്സ് പരിചയപ്പെടുക എന്നുള്ളത് വളരെയധികം ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു കാര്യമാണ്. കാരണം നമ്മളൊരു ബുക്ക് സ്റ്റോളിൽ ചെന്ന് കയറുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുക, കുറച്ച് ബുക്സിൻ്റെ ടൈറ്റിൽ കാണുമ്പോൾ, ഇപ്പം ഞാൻ ഒരു ബുക്കിൻ്റെ ടൈറ്റിൽ ഞാൻ സ്റ്റാറ്റസ് ഇടുന്നത് കൊണ്ടോ ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് കൊണ്ടോ അതുകൊണ്ട് ആ ബുക്ക് വാങ്ങിക്കുന്ന ഒരാളെ അതെനിക്ക് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെയാണ് ലൈക്ക് ബുക്സിൻ്റെ ഒരു പ്രാധാന്യം. ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ ബുക്സ് ഓഡിയോ ബുക്സിലോട്ടൊക്കെ മാറുമ്പോഴും സ്റ്റിൽ ഇതിലേക്ക് റീറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്യാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്ന ഒരാളാണ് ഞാൻ. അപ്പോൾ ബുക്സ് പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തി കൊടുക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത് ഐ വുഡ് ലൈക്ക് ടു നോ. അങ്ങനെ കിട്ടുന്ന ബുക്സ് ഞാൻ വാങ്ങിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഞാൻ വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഒരു ത്രെഡ് കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യുകയാണെന്നുള്ളത് മാത്രമാണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ കൊണ്ടുള്ള ഉദ്ദേശം. സോ ഫാൽക്കൺ ഫ്ലൈസ് അവേ എന്നുള്ള ചാനലിൽ ഇനിയും വീഡിയോസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. That's all. Thank you.